Men will literally put a 150-year curse on their family instead of carrying Madame Zeroni up the mountain. For all my holes people out there.
Bro, great film holes.
Yeah.
They just don't make them like that anymore.
Oh, yeah, they just don't. That movie's really, really good.
Oh, yeah, dude. The yellow spotted lizards.
Yeah, they're sick.
They'll get you.
Did you hit record, Poppy?
I did.
Nice.
You. This is what I was gonna say before. So I had this well, it's like a thing in my head. For some reason, I feel like if I've said any of this thing on camera on this show, it's gonna be embarrassing. But I feel like I've definitely said these things to Poppy before. So, there's two things that I think are like really important things for us, like Connor and I, and also just like people in general, people I care about that like want to do things. Is that there's two things. It's being at the right place at the right time, which is, I know that sounds like a variable kind of thing. It's not as variable as it sounds, but like being in the right place at the right time. But you have to combine being at the right place at the right time with saying yes. And let me explain. Like those things are like when opportunities come to you, say yes. Like for example, in freaking 3 years ago, Connor told me we should make a show together. And then we've you know what I mean, like, but then we didn't do it in the present. But then like with the pandemic started, we're like, what are we gonna wait till we're 40? But so there was a thing that I read today that like reminded me of those two things. Is like when you're in a situation, like Poppy, have I said this to you before about saying yes to shit? Have I said this?
I mean, I don't remember particularly.
Maybe it wasn't you. Maybe it was someone. It was like one person. I was like when an opportunity comes around, if you're tired, whatever, if you feel like it's good, say yes. So there's two things one thing I read about today, and it reminded me of another thing. The first thing is, so the Foo Fighters, when they were making their fourth album, it was when they were having like some turmoil as a band. I thought you guys would find the story interesting. There was like some turmoil as a band. Their singer, Dave Grohl, went to go play drums for this band called Queens of the Stone Age. For people who don't know, Dave Grohl is, for anyone who knows Nirvana, he was the drummer of Nirvana. So Smells Like Teen Spirit. I was like, damn, and it's like shudun, now. That's Dave Grohl. He's one of the most famous drum rolls of all time. He's a lead singer, and he went to go play drums for this band. Their whole band was having this turmoil, this, that, or another. They went to go record their fourth album as the Foo Fighters. And they had this producer and they had this engineer named Nick. And it just wasn't going well. There was turmoil in the band. They were like arguing and trying to record music. And they show it to their manager, who's still their manager to this day. And this is also by the way, this is in 2000. So this is 20 years ago. And their manager was like, we could put this out, but there's no one on earth that's going to buy this album. And they're like, all right, you know what? Let's all go away. They all go do their own thing and they come back. And for anyone who knows the song Times Like These by the Foo Fighters, that was the first album they wrote back. The rest is history. That album was sick. But they had, like I said, they had the producer and this engineer. So engineers are like, for example, just to put in context, like Poppy's the engineer tonight. He's doing all this stuff. He's cutting when we need to cut. He's putting it back in. Whereas a producer is like telling you what to do, which also technically Poppy's the producer and the engineer, but for this purpose, he's the engineer where he cuts where he has to cut. He knows how to, line the tape up and that kind of stuff with the audio and the visual. And that's with this guy, Nick. So they decided to come back together. They have all these good songs. And Dave Grohl goes, I'm going to have the band that he was just in produce our album. His name is also Nick. So he goes to call this guy. He accidentally calls the engineer and says, shit, I meant to call the other Nick, but while we're at it, do you want to come down here and work with us? This guy came down and became the producer of the album instead of the engineer. And apparently he's just been making a killing ever since. Like he became like a famous rock producer. And what did he do? He was in the right place at the right time. He got the phone call. And what did he do when Dave called him? He said yes. And all I got to say, and the other thing that it reminds me of is, do you guys know Lauryn Hill by any chance? The famous singer?
do not.
Okay. Well, Poppy, do you know Lauryn Hill? Miss Education of Lauryn Hill?
I don't think so.
Okay. Well, in terms of like, okay, she's there. Someone watching this right now is like not happy. You guys don't know who this is. She's like one of the most. She has one of the most famous albums ever. The Miseducation of Lauryn Hill, which is her album that came out in 90 something. It's one of the most famous albums ever. Like, it's sold crazy. So, do you guys know John Legend? You guys know John Legend. Come on.
Indeed.
Yeah,
Please don't.
I do
Yeah.
know
If you guys don't know
John
John Legend, I'm hanging up right now.
that would be pretty bad.
John Legend went to college with these dudes and he played piano and he sang, and you guys know him. He's got a beautiful voice. And he would sing for people, and his buddy was like, hey, I got this friend named Lauren, who she was famous at the time. She was in this group called the Fugees, but they were like, I got this friend named Lauren. She's making her first solo album. Would you want to come down and hang? What did John say? Yes. At some point, they're singing in the studio, and the guy says to Lauryn Hill, you have to hear my buddy Johnny sing. And she goes, sing me a song. And he sang a Stevie Wonder song on piano. And she goes, wow, you're amazing. Want to play piano on one of my songs? And he played piano on the most successful albums to ever exist. And now he's John Legend. That's kind of my, boys, say yes to shit, boys. That's all I'm saying.
So I looked up Lauryn Hill. I do know Lauryn Hill.
Yeah, and I'm blanking on the song, but all I know is the 13th song on that album.
13th song on which album?
Because I'm a numbers guy. Yeah.
13th
So if you
song
look
on
up the
which of her albums?
Miseducation of Lord, I'm gonna look it up too because I want to be right about this so badly. What's track number 13?
Mambo number 5.
Nothing Else Matters featuring D'Angelo. Is that it?
Nothing even
Oh,
matters.
All right.
Everything is everything.
Oh, everything's everything. Oh, yeah,
Let's go, Poppy.
So that's John Legend playing piano. So my point is like,
You have an
like
adjective.
anyone who's listening to this, and we might cut this whole thing out. My bad if this is 10 minutes long, but like
Hold on.
that really hit me today. Is like, say yes to shit, be
We can say
present,
whatever we want right
do
now.
stuff when you want to.
These
and,
5
like,
seconds were God.
for example, is like this show. Like we're
Right,
like
yeah,
enough
man.
is enough of talking about. It's like Harry. Yeah. Anyone who's listening to
Connor, you
this,
have
if
a
you're
noun.
listening to this and you're like, maybe I should do this insert thing, do it tomorrow morning when you wake up.
Penis.
Call Connor on the phone and
That
say,
is a
let's
noun,
just do it.
Yeah, I'll probably be
I'm
down.
12, I'm
Honestly,
sorry.
I don't do much mornings.
Andrew set me up with the hair.
I do my stretches
Popular
and drink
verb.
coffee.
Edging.
Make
Fun
dick
fact
jokes.
about John Legend: his song
Edging,
All of Me
okay.
was our
Cocoon,
prom.
you have a person
Nice.
in the room.
Oh,
Dance song.
Really?
Papi.
Which
Nice.
prom was that?
Pop.
I think
With
that
the
was a
accent.
junior prom. We had a junior prom and a senior ball.
With the accent.
Oh, that sounds fancy.
Mm.
It was just more
Oh,
enough
this is strong.
excuses.
Okay.
Dress up.
Yes,
Andrew, you
Yeah.
have a person in the room.
Dressing up is fun.
it is. I kind of miss
The
it.
Lord.
Dressing up more
Yeah.
consistently.
Oh, I'm
I
gonna
like
wear a
that.
suit to
There
lab
you
later
go.
tonight.
Found a
Yeah.
loophole to that one.
Yeah, just to relive it.
Connor, you have
Dude,
an
why-
adjective.
What you go to
Let's
lab at
go
night?
with, dude. I'm on like a 4-hour like sleep schedule, like 4 hours, do
Why am I
stuff, and
blanking?
then nap again.
Oh,
for
Send
another
let's
me
4
go
a
with
hours.
picture of you in
purple.
the lab at like 12:30 at night. Oh wait, dude, it was the last time
Yeah.
we filmed.
Yeah. I went in that. I'm going back in tonight at 10:30, so that's not super weird. I was there at like 5 a.m. this morning, which was kind of not great, but
Salty.
like,
So do you have to
Like
be
this
in
too.
at 10:30 at night because you have to, or you're
Salty.
like that's your
In
schedule?
Coombe, you have
the samples are on a shaker. So it's like whenever they get off, and it's like if I
Geneva.
miss the time, I make it worse for myself,
competency.
basically, because then you have to rerun it or
Like
the
the country.
convention,
Mm.
and like, it's just a
Like-
pain. You end up setting yourself back
Yeah.
further than if you just
well, yeah,
like
it's called the Geneva Convention.
fix the
so it was
sleep
in
schedule so you can go in.
Yeah.
But it's not too bad. Once summer hits, I'm gonna kick it into overdrive. Use 2 shakers at once.
Nice, moldy. It's all about the shakers.
All about
Shout
the
out to all
shakers.
out there.
Shout out shakers.
Connor, you have a noun.
No.
It's shaking soil, correct?
Let's go.
Yeah.
I feel like that's been brought up on the show. a
Ooh,
couple times. Connor's
American
working on soils.
bison. Yeah, I study
Are there
soil.
bison
Make sure
anywhere
it's all good and working right. No.
I feel like you
no,
Important.
no.
I'd
Oh yeah,
argue it's one of the
man.
most important things in the world.
You need it to grow food,
Poppy,
man.
Yeah.
noun.
So we're gonna die without soil. It's very important. Poppy, how much do you love soil?
Yeah.
It's pretty hard to measure how much I love soil. I don't
Hard
even know
to
if words can
quantitate.
describe
I'm gonna
how
go.
much. Soil is really important.
So important, dude.
Eggplant. It's probably one of the most important
Ooh.
things.
King Coon,
Very
you have
nice.
a part of the
You know.
body, plural.
It's that topsoil, man. That's what we really need.
I do. That's like something
Mm.
I find very, very fascinating about like farming and that kind of stuff. Is that they have to
go
learn
with
to like
ears.
plot the land and make sure they don't screw up the soils and do that, all that kind of
Subtractive
stuff. And
the body.
like
Andrew,
you so
have
easily
an
like mess
adjective.
up a part of your land and then never be able to like use it properly for a while. It's very interesting.
I really wish King Coon was here. Also, we didn't address that King Coon was
I know.
disgusting.
Well,
Oh yeah, we never. Yeah.
that was gonna be the next thing I was gonna bring up.
He loves soil.
Disgusting.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Big,
Dude, every
Love
time
big
soil.
soil
Yeah.
guy.
King Coon loves soil and animals. That's what he
I'm
loves.
doing good.
I was saying,
I'm just drinking some
yeah.
caffeine.
Whenever King Coon's not here, I miss him so much. But
Yeah, verb.
but I was literally just about to say.
Let's
when you were saying
go
that, like,
with
oh damn, I wish King Coon was here.
twerking.
Interject on the soil thing. That's funny. But yeah, for anyone who's wondering, King Coon's busy tonight.
Poppy, you have
That's life.
a
We all got
plural
life stuff
noun.
going on. King Coon's busy.
He said yes to something. Cinnamon buns.
What did you say yes to?
Something. That's one of your philosophies.
Sounds good.
He said yes.
Oh, yeah.
King Coon.
Yeah.
You
Dude,
have a
King
plural
Coon's
noun.
King Coon is just a baller. And he's just like, boys, I'll take care of all
Owls.
the technical stuff for you guys. You know, just doing his thing. Being a king. As he always does. But
What
we
are
miss you,
they
King
saying?
Coon.
Else?
You'll probably hear this at some point. But
You have an adjective.
so Connor and I, for everyone listening, Connor and I decided because we're King Coon-less tonight, we realized like, I mean, there's kind of I would say rightfully so. We don't talk about ourselves like personally that much. I would say the main reason is like we, there's
Such
some
a
sort of
funny
line
word.
between like, you have other people.
Bamboozle.
Like Connor and I have talked about. It's like there's other
Connor.
people right, Connor. There's like other people in your life. You don't like talk about other people without their permission.
Yeah.
Never like.
No, you're good.
We never know, but like we also feel like we want to talk about ourselves like a little bit more.
Hastily.
So we thought that this would be like a decent episode to do so.
the only one I know.
Because King
As far as
Coon's
I'm
not
concerned,
here.
no other
Poppy will
adverbs exist.
kind of work us
Alright,
through that, and
Poppy, you have a
we can
part
kind of
of
talk
the
about
body.
ourselves a little bit.
I'm gonna go with
Not-
toenail.
Nothing crazy, but we thought, Connor and I decided
Yep,
we
the
were
most
gonna,
attractive
sort
part
of
of the
like it was
body.
episode 5.
Yeah,
We did something
keep it
similar, but
PG.
all 4 of us. We
All right, this is called.
How-
I think it was episode 5. Correct me if
Street
I'm wrong, but maybe it was episode 10. But we
Street beef?
We decided to like think of some questions and ask each other, kind of like
gonna be
so
so
people that are
bad.
listening can learn some stuff about us.
Whenever people walk.
And
past
Connor
the
and I
corner
decided to do that
Harry
just the two of
Avenue
us. So
and
we
penis
wrote some
Street.
stuff up. We're going to talk about it. We're just going to kind of see what comes out of it. I'm kind of curious to see what
They
Connor has to say
immediately
with the stuff
stop
I
it. Okay, I
wrote
wrote
up, and
edging
I'm curious to see what
as the verb.
you have to
but
say to
that's
me.
the gerund. So, okay,
Um,
we're gonna start over. Whenever people
and-
walk past the corner of Harry Avenue
see
and
how it
Peter
goes.
Street, they immediately
Um,
stop and edge.
Connor, I
It's
know you
Lil
wrote some
Poppy
stuff. Would you like to go
and
first?
Yo-Yo, the
Would
Lord,
you like to ask one first?
Sure.
performing their
Let's
purple street
do-
music.
Let's do this one. So,
This salty
who
dude
is
is
a
the
fictional
famous-
character from
He's
either
famous
like
throughout
a
Geneva
book,
for their
movie, or
bold
TV show that you
orchestra
just like
They
absolutely
clang the lids from
cannot
American
stand?
bison
Like you
cannons.
hate this character with a
They bounce
passion.
eggplant balls
That's
on the ground
such a
while
good
stomping their
question.
ears.
I thought you were about to be
These
like, that
brooms
you
make
absolutely
disgusting
love.
sweeping sounds in the
Oh
sound.
no, yeah, this is
Handles
someone that you just
twerk
want
when
to
they
shit
move
on.
against cinnamon buns.
I
Plugged
have
on the
one. Do you have
street.
one?
Yeah, I
I'll go. I'll go
At the
because
time of their owls.
we didn't talk about this.
And the same
Oh,
goes
God,
for the
I'm- okay.
bamboozled onlookers who hastily clap
I'm
their
about
toenails at
to
the end of each
divide some people right now. This is not good. My answer is Michael Scott from The Office.
Amen.
Oh,
I
that's
think
an
he's
interesting
I
one.
think he's
That
an
was
absolute
Poppy and
piece of
literally
work.
Jesus.
He's not
Just
funny.
fireman naked
Ooh,
street
Poppy,
music.
Yo-Yo the
Let me-
Yeah.
I love
Oh
him.
yeah.
He's an
Yo-Yo the
amazing
Lord.
actor. He played
that
Michael
one.
Scott.
Yo-Yo the Lord kind of
Incredibly.
sounds like a
I don't
rapper.
like Michael Scott as a person.
Yeah.
Which
yeah.
Proves
It's
that
actually-
What
Steve
if you
Carell did a
got
good
to
job.
heaven
Michael Scott
and
is
Jesus
sexist,
is just a SoundCloud
misogynistic,
rapper?
racist,
Mm-hmm.
weird.
You can only get in
creepy,
if you listen
name
to
every
his
single
really
thing.
painful mixtape.
He would get fired in 5 seconds. It's
Lil
just like
Poppy's also
the
kind of-
show is fine. I'm not like one of those people that are obsessed with it, but I've watched it. I think it's a
Yeah.
good show. I think the
Are you
actors
gonna
are
start a
really good and
SoundCloud?
the actresses. I think it's like a well-made show.
Poppy.
But I
already
just
have
like whenever I watch it, it's like like Toby's the
Oh.
character to make fun of.
Let's plug
I'm
it.
like, Michael Scott's
I actually
kind
don't.
of sucks.
Sorry, viewers.
but also he's
What
like
did
he's
I-
nice. Like he cares about people, but he's like kind of creepy and weird. And I just don't like when people are like that. So that's why I
Yeah.
don't
What
like
do you
him.
got for us now?
But to say I can't stand him,
So, let me check
yeah,
out
you know what? I
the
can't stand Michael
schedule
Scott.
to
You're right.
see
Yeah.
if I have
Love Steve
time
Carell. I love the job he did. Can't stand Michael Scott.
for-
Yep. What about you?
We can do a quick one.
That was a good one, honestly.
That was
Mine,
a-
mine is very simple. It's
Yeah,
I hate
that
the
makes sense.
like preppy.
It's
It's gonna be tough to beat
villain
the rap
from the
battle between
Goofy movie.
a Poppy.
Like
and
you know what I'm talking
Yo-Yo
about? Like
Lord.
he wears the sweater
King-
and he
King
recruits
Rabbit.
Max's dad, Goofy, to like the rival extreme sports team. I
Premium.
cannot stand him. I hate him so much that I don't know his name because every time I watch the
Here you go,
movie, I
Paul
just have a
Allen.
rage blackout and I just don't even don't even register what he is. But
Dude, you said that.
Garden gnomes.
We're gonna keep it on
bro,
camera.
he
So
sucks,
I'm a-
right?
Yeah, but when you said that, I
Connor,
almost
you
spit
have
my
a
water out of my
secret
mouth.
down.
And we're gonna keep that on camera.
You're not gonna
Okay,
like
dude, he
it.
sucks. Fuck
He
that.
sucks, bro. Moose
That's
fetus.
so good.
He's so mean
Yeah.
to Max. Man just wanted to go to college. I
I
knew
know.
you weren't
It's a good
gonna
movie
like it.
too.
Okay,
That is a good movie.
Poppy,
Goofy
you have
move.
something alive.
Oops.
Plural.
Okay, so
We're gonna go with
Drop my
that was
toy.
good. I enjoyed that. That was random.
affirm.
I love that. That was a great question. Okay, my first question is really easy. And
You have a
Poppy, answer this
vehicle.
question
This is
too.
interesting.
The question is,
Interesting
what state were you guys born in?
That's
Ford
a tough
Raptor.
one, man.
one.
I was born in Pennsylvania. The
Oh,
doctor that delivered me was a deer.
Andrew, you have a plural noun.
Fun fact: I was actually born in a
Golden
hospital
retrievers.
in Bethlehem, PA, and raised in Nazareth, PA. Doggos. I don't know why we named it those places either, because it's
Celebrity.
Pennsylvania. But
Female.
those are real places in PA.
I love
Betty
the
White.
names. There's a town in
Asshole.
Pennsylvania called Phoenixville.
Yeah, that
apparently.
was a good
Yeah,
one.
dude,
It's
I
like
don't.
three
I don't get
guys-
that
you
one
guys know
either.
about that? Yeah.
Yeah, PA's got some weird stuff going on.
We have
Name wise.
intercourse.
Yeah, we have
with
intercourse, PA.
Blue ball, right?
Yeah,
It's just-
and then we
it's
have all the
an
like
call.
Lancaster ones that are just hard to pronounce.
Those are
like
oxymoron
Schuylkill.
statements, those
Yeah,
two towns.
That
Those
sounds
are
Christian
right.
different towns. They're rival
Yeah.
towns. No, that's his name in the movie.
They're
I don't know
rivals.
if they're actually
Patterson?
rival towns. But
Oh,
Robert
so
Pattinson.
Robert
Blue
Pattinson.
Ball, yeah.
Pattinson.
Oh,
I think that
Robert
answers
Pattinson.
your question. or
That
the
makes
question
way
for you,
more
Poppy.
sense.
I
It's
think
not-
that is.
yeah,
I was not
vampire.
born in Pennsylvania.
You said
Oh,
Edward.
I was born in New Jersey.
I'm the worst
Yeah,
person ever.
Edward Cullen.
Take that, Andrew.
I'm
we
the
have a whole
worst- I
segment
know-
about
I know the
Steve
town
Edward
that Poppy
Jacobs.
was born
None
in.
of us knew who that
I
was.
just said he was from Pennsylvania. I know what town in New Jersey he's from.
He has a last name.
But I
totally
yeah.
thought
Oh
he was
my
from
God.
PA.
All right. We're gonna keep that in.
What type of food?
Yeah, I knew that. I'm also from New Jersey. I was born in New Jersey, but in a different part. I was born in. Okay, this is how we'll say. I was born in the southern half of New Jersey. Poppy was born in the northern half.
I
of
know
New
there's a lot of
Jersey,
food
so
out there, but
That's why we weren't friends.
Shout
Did
out.
you
all
not
the
hear you?
food.
Okay, Connor,
Joe,
you have
it's
another one?
your turn. That you have the food.
Yeah, let's
Oh no, I didn't hear you.
do-
Sorry. What was that?
What
You have
period
type
of
of
time
food.
would you live in?
Type of
Like, if you could
food.
travel back in time and live in a
Shish
period
kebab.
for like 10 to 15
Shish
years, what time
kebab.
period would you travel to?
I like it. I like
Andrew,
it.
you have something alive.
You want to go first?
Plural.
I feel like I want to think about this. Something
yeah,
alive.
I would go.
Plural.
Honestly, I
Narwhals.
think I would go. Like, I don't want to go too far back in time because I'm spoiled
yeah,
with
but
like
occupation.
DVD players and microwaves and stuff, so I couldn't go back
Occupation.
past like the 60s without just being like, this is.
I'm gonna go.
how does anyone survive in
with
this? I'd probably honestly, I'd probably go
Private
back to the
Tambourine
90s
Tutor.
and like save Steve Irwin. I think that would be my main quest. I would go back in time and just tell him to stay a little bit farther away from a manta ray or something.
Well done, doing God's work.
Yeah,
You have
dude,
plural.
I would just save the world.
No question to your question: is this like a permanent arrangement? Like, am I going?
You're just there for like 10 years. So I would go to like the 90s because
Ooh.
I was a baby then. And that's like right around, I don't know. I just think it would be cool to experience a lot of the historic events that I was kind of too young to remember.
Is it
Oh,
Seabass
no,
is or Seabass?
that's really good. I think
For plural.
Seabass.
Like
I think
Y2K just seemed
Seabass.
insane to me
Seabass.
that was a real thing people were afraid of.
Seabasses.
So I kind of just want to see what
No,
that
it is
was
Seabass.
about.
Andrew, you have verb ending in
Yeah,
ing.
that's really good. I think so. I think this is just a first thought. I bet I'm going to change
Fist
my mind by the
pumping.
time this episode's over.
Fisting.
But I
know
think
this
I
one.
would get dropped in
Fisting.
I'm sorry.
the music scene in
Puppy's-
Europe. in
Puppy's mind went to the
1967.
other side.
I know
where
I
his
said
head's at.
specifically
Oh,
Europe. I said
is
10
that the
years.
Beatles?
Type, type of sport.
It's the tail end of it.
Type
So
of
I would get
sport.
the end
Let's
of
go
60s rock,
with-
and then I would
ooh,
get most
chess
of 70s
boxing.
rock. So it'd be like
Chess or
my thing is
chest?
like I'd love to see Led
Chess
Zeppelin in
boxing.
concert,
That's a thing.
but
It's like
not
when you,
like
yeah, you play chess and then
no
like
disrespect,
you
like,
box for 2 minutes and
they're-
then you play like
they're-
chess for I think like
all
10 or
three
15
of them, except
minutes.
for the
Oh
drummer
my god.
alive.
It's wild.
They're still amazing, but like I'd much rather see them when they were 25 years
Plural
old.
noun.
Yeah.
I just think that'd be cool, and also like I'd love to be in like
Circles.
I'd love to be part of the music industry at that time. It's just a very
Circles.
interesting period, and it's also when like
Oh, that was the last
music kind of changed, and the tail end of
What we
that
got?
would be
Right,
like the
gentlemen.
very, very, very beginning of
one. This was
hip hop
called
music.
computers or
The late
people?
70s was when like
Can you believe all the
DJ
premium
disc jockey
music
kind of
on
stuff was
computer
starting
OnlyFans?
in New York.
You can find out.
So I just think it'd be like a really cool
Where to buy the latest garden
place and time for
gnomes,
me,
How to make a delicious
music wise.
moose
So that'd be
fetus.
my answer. But So
I'd
we're
love
gonna be
to
in
use
different
my
decades,
computer to
Connor, but
find out
hopefully we'll meet up at
how
some
many
point.
ferns live in the
Definitely.
ocean to teach
All
me
right.
how to ride my cool Ford Raptor.
My second question was. Oh god, I have too many. I wrote
My
5.
older
I
sister
meant to write
loves
only
to
4.
surf the web to find
Okay,
out
I'm
how
gonna
to
go with
page
this one.
golden retrievers.
What is
Learn the latest
the
gossip on
very
white
first
and
thing
rubber
you can
boots.
remember liking? It could
My mom
be
likes
a
these for
sport,
beer,
it could be a show, it could
She
be a
loves to find
hobby.
recipes for her
I'm
baby
talking when you're
shoe
like
hop.
5 years old,
Or how to
6
grow
years
that
old,
beautiful
4 years
marbles
old,
for
3
a
years old,
garden.
whatever. Like when you first started getting memories, what was the first thing you can
My
remember
dad
liking?
uses the computer more than all of us put together.
Do you want me to answer that question? Because I
Since he's a
remember.
professional
Yeah,
tutor.
I have to think about this
She
one.
finds it useful
I
to
have
teach
exactly
to keep
I
track
had
of how
exactly
many
3
fastest
loves to start my
companies fist
career.
bumping.
Career as a human. It was the Philadelphia
Sometimes I
Eagles,
catch him looking
Allen
up the
Iverson,
scores of
who's
his
the
favorite
basketball
chess
player,
boxing team.
and Shaquille O'Neal, who's
The
also a basketball
circles.
player. Those are the 3 first like memories I have as like a kid. It's just like I remember the very, very first time I watched a
that it?
basketball game. And I
That
was
was
like,
the end of the
this is it.
story.
And it's like I
The
remember
circle
like
thing.
nothing.
Yeah,
I
the circle thing.
like,
Ugh,
All
I
right.
have to.
the
How about
I
we
have
give
like
you
a-
guys
that,
sponsors,
Like, that's like kind
and
of like the
then
first
you
thing I remember
guys,
liking was
thank
the
them.
Philadelphia Eagles and those
If you
2
want.
basketball players. Which
Yeah.
It was because I think I was like 4
Yeah.
or
You
5.
could-
That was
yeah,
when like
yeah,
Shaq
by
was
all
just
means, you
killing
could
it,
throw
and
some
Allen
out.
Iverson was my favorite player. So
Okay.
those are the first things I remember liking.
We're sponsored
Yeah.
by the
Nice.
handicap stall.
I think mine's literally the Lion
Yes.
King. I just remember being obsessed with that
Yes,
old
hell yeah,
like
we are.
VHS
Best
tape
place to take a shit.
of it.
God.
That's
Yeah, I
that's
had
the
like all the
tagline,
toys
best
and
place
stuff
to take a
growing
shit.
up.
There you go.
It's a good
Place to take
movie.
a shit.
I always
Yeah.
loved
There you
Timon
go.
and Pumbaa.
Perfect. Thank you for
Nice.
giving us
Nice.
space and giving us cash.
Yeah,
for the
Lion
sponsorship.
King. Good shit. Yeah.
Cool.
It's I just always find that
We are
interesting.
also,
just
Dude,
like
when
when
we are also
sponsors,
sponsored by
'cause you're just
Teen
so-
Vogue.
Yeah, like
I
what
always went-
sticks out to
What's
you?
that, that
Teen
first thing that you
Vogue.
kind of
Yes.
like, it always becomes like an interesting thing. You never know.
dude, I don't know.
Like,
This
so-
is
like,
Connor's
some kids,
specialty.
like,
I'm
find
more
something
into
when
like the
they're 5
weird
and it's
random
like their
things,
thing
like the
forever. Some
handicap.
kids likes like
whatever
most
you
random
just
things
said.
ever,
Whatever you
and then
just
like
said.
other things later.
Team
It's always
Vogue is
interesting. Yeah.
specific. That's more down Connor's alley.
Yeah,
I
That's
like
cool.
it, dude.
You got more?
I wouldn't be the person I am
Yeah.
today without reading Teen Vogue every single day.
I
This
was
one's
like,
a two-parter.
how are you
All right, so
supposed to
it's
know
do you
what
drink
the most
orange juice with
up-to-date TikTok
pulp
dances
or
are
no
if we
pulp?
don't have Team Vogue.
And also,
That's
does
what I'm
door
saying.
hinge rhyme
Yeah.
with orange?
Okay, I am
So-
so prepared for this
Thank you,
question.
Team Vogue.
Thank
All
you,
right,
Josh,
all right.
for making sure that I know.
Okay.
how to- So to answer your pulp question with
Yeah.
my boys, I grew up in a no pulp house.
That was a pretty solid
Okay,
dance,
good.
honestly.
But
Thanks.
What?
I know.
when no,
I'm
but
gonna-
I'm not about to say I'm a pulp guy. Just
Combating
when I grew
with the
up,
D'Amelios.
my
Yeah.
grandpa
Oh,
There you go. See,
yeah.
God rest his
I know,
soul,
dude, I'm woke.
loved extra
I'm
pulp.
woke.
Psychopath,
Extra
right?
D'Amelio.
Crackhead.
Oh my god. We're gonna take them
But he
down.
loved it, and I
We're gonna
remember
become
like as a
more
kid, being like,
viral.
what the hell, pop up? Like,
Yeah.
come on.
Through the power of
Just
dance
still
and
biggest
song.
legend of all
brothers.
time. They would do that.
Somehow, I don't know
I
how.
can deal with like if
Either
there's
my
like
parents
a
will have to
little bit of
adopt you, or
pulp,
your parents will have to
orange
adopt
juice.
me. We'll become
orange
legal
juice, I can do
brothers,
that,
and then
but I prefer the
Or
pulp.
we both get
And then what was the second
emancipated,
question?
Wait, before
and
you
then
answer the
a
second one,
stranger
I
adopts us.
prefer
Yeah.
pulp.
You prefer
No,
pulp,
I
Poppy?
do.
Poppy and
That's all
King
I
Kong.
am.
When we're
Get
done with
married
this, we're gonna investigate
adopt
Poppy's pulp
us.
problem. What was the
Yeah.
second question?
Oh.
Because I want to.
There we
Instead of
go.
sidetracking this, I would like to fully
Yeah.
So-
investigate that.
The
Dude, the
second
TikTok
one is,
community is probably
does
coming
door
at us
hinge
right now.
rhyme with
You better
orange?
not come at them.
I think if you're a rapper,
We're gonna have an
it does.
They're the
army.
most famous.
Only
That's
if you're a
my answer.
rapper.
All right,
yeah,
so
or you're
enough
like
of that.
you're
That
like
makes
Dr.
sense.
Seuss or
What's-
something.
what's
Yeah,
after
he's basically a
sponsors?
rapper.
Tell
Oh
us.
wait, are we?
No, I'm kidding.
Dr. Seuss is in the head.
No, you
We are
tell us.
actually
We're not.
going to do.
We won't get into it, but
Truth or
apparently,
dare.
okay, I'm gonna get in 10 seconds. Dr. Seuss
Oh,
decided to
Luckily,
take a bunch of
one
their books off the
sponsors
shelf
because they
has
felt
provided
like
us with a
some
list
lines in
of
it were
fun things that we can do,
insensitive,
that
and
sponsors
people
Teen
are
Vogue.
upset about that. But it wasn't the government or anyone else. It was
Shout
just
out
Dr.
Teen
Seuss
Vogue.
as a
So
company.
how we're gonna
decided
do
to
it?
something cool.
We were thinking
That's all.
it'd be
Yeah.
between you
So
two.
maybe I should have said, is Dr. Seuss like
But we can
controversial
also
right now?
participate if necessary.
I don't
It's
think
just
so,
that,
dude. It's
you know,
they're
our
doing a thing
identities
that's
are
good,
hidden
and everyone's just
to
freaking out
Yeah.
There's
for
way
no
for
reason
you.
over it.
Haters.
Yeah.
How about
So we'll ask
what's
you guys.
oh wait,
Truth or
sorry,
dare, and
we're
then
probably gonna cut this
based
out.
on your answer,
No, we
we'll-
can keep it.
we have a list
My
tier and
favorite
it's numbered.
book
so
of all
you can
time
just
is a
give
book
us a
called
number.
10 Apples Up on Top. It's from Dr. Seuss's company. It was written by someone else.
Okay, gotcha.
cut
I'll
off.
read it on camera
You were
sometime.
saying
It's hilarious. I got
It's
what you're saying.
hilarious.
1 to 40 or 1 to 50,
Yeah.
and then
Yeah.
or
What
we
about
could just
you,
pick
Connor?
them. Up
I'm
to
curious to hear
you.
your answers on that.
I am a no
Um,
pulp man.
How about we?
I do
okay,
kind
we're
of
gonna
think
do scores.
door hinge rhymes with orange.
For every
I think
truth
it gets
or dare,
away
you
with
complete,
the
you get
double
a
word
point.
thing.
But if you
Just
give us a
if
number,
you say it really
you get 2
fast,
points.
right? It's like door hinge, orange.
Oh.
It's close. It's close.
Oh,
And if one person
yeah.
picks truth, the next person gets dare.
Oh,
I
okay.
think we should allow
Alright.
them to select a truth.
Let's
or a
delve
dare.
into the crackhead, formerly known as
Okay,
Poppy.
fair.
Why do you like pulp?
Poppy.
All right, so who's going first?
I
It's
like.
up to you guys. You guys can pick.
We're gonna have Connor go first.
Because
Connor.
I'm
do I
with
have to
it.
have a
like, is there
Yeah.
a particular reason that no? I just.
Well, I'm just kind of curious. You just like it.
I
I'm
guess,
gonna lead out strong.
I don't
Yeah,
know.
go
So
a
my
dare.
family is
You
in
go
a
with
pulp
the dare.
house, and
Would
I
you
like
like a
pulp, no
number?
pulp. Like I drink it, or us
Yeah.
to dares. That's what we have here at home.
You guys.
I think
You want us to
pulp is
dare
good.
you?
You kind of like the
Yeah.
texture
Very
of it.
well.
I
or
love
no?
it when it gets stuck in my.
I'm actually gonna
teeth.
pull one out of
Mm.
left field here. I dare you
Well, now that you say it that way.
That's
to post.
Oh,
an
yeah. No,
embarrassing
I'm
picture.
sold now.
No, I guess.
No, I get you.
guess.
Post on
Yeah.
You know, so
Oh, I could do that. That's
On
Fresh
the
squeeze
story,
on
on the
nice.
story, I think.
Yes, on
right?
a story.
Yeah, on a
once
story.
you have like a
That's
picture
true.
of some
Fired
sort
up.
in your juicer.
Not at
That was a
my.
good one.
All right, we'll tally that
Oh.
up when it's
So
done,
maybe
but
it's
while you look
reminiscent
through
of that? I don't know.
pictures-
There.
Yeah,
I'll go
it's really
truth.
not that
I'll
bad.
go truth. Also, disclaimer:
You got
Poppy
truth?
doesn't do
Okay,
crack.
hold on.
Yeah. It's all
Do you want to pick the number, or do you want me to
Disclaimer.
pick it
I'll
for
let you know if he ever starts doing crack, but he doesn't.
So what are the
You
numbers?
can call him
What's
Poppy
the number
again.
range?
He's not the artist formerly.
1
known
through
as
50.
Poppy.
The
All right, hit me with
Alright,
16.
yeah, I think we got
because
that.
it's episode 16.
Oh God. Okay, wait. How many questions have I asked so far?
6.
2. Yeah.
I believe
So this is my third.
3. Yeah, this is your third.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
And you
Mm.
said truth.
I have 3 more
Yeah,
questions. I'm
truth
deciding
number
which 2 I
16.
want to ask. Okay, I got them. All right. What is the best piece of advice you've ever been given?
Number
in your life?
16. Read the last thing you sent your best
Best
friend
piece
or
of
significant
advice.
Two
other.
pieces
out
of
loud.
advice, 3 pieces of advice. is
Oh,
like
okay. That's
maybe
not
the best
okay.
pieces of advice you've ever been given. I have 2.
All right.
I mean, the
let's-
most
well, whatever
instrumental
I
to
can
my
find first.
survival probably look both ways before crossing the street.
Oh, see, this is
Like,
even
that's a
funny.
pretty
I
good
literally,
one.
my girlfriend's working out right now. So have a good workout.
I guess
That's not-
career-wise, just
that's not
like
good. Let me see if I
persevere.
said something stupid.
Scandalous.
Like not really stop.
You want to say
You
that
know, like
on the podcast?
you gotta just
for
keep
everybody?
pushing, even if you have a setback.
Yeah, God.
What about you,
Um,
Andrew? What do you
Just said
have?
read the last thing.
So my high school lacrosse coach used to have
Yeah,
this
I know,
phrase,
but,
and maybe
like,
it annoyed people, but I
that
thought
one's
it was
not-
borderline the greatest thing I've ever heard. Is that you have
I
to
don't know.
learn.
That one's not like good
you
at
have
all.
to learn to
Andrew,
be
extra
comfortable
point
being
for
Fourth,
finding
uncomfortable.
a
fourth number you
specific-
That's
texted
my
me at the top of
favorite.
your
Oh, here we
phone.
go.
Favorite
Okay,
phrase
so
of
here's
all
one.
time.
Here's one.
So
shout out to
it's
our
like,
friend.
Because I got
You know,
plenty
in
of
life,
best friends,
there's gonna be a
because
lot
you
of
guys are all
uncomfortable
wonderful situations. You have to
I'll
learn
shout
to
out
be
our
comfortable in
friend
those
Alec.
situations.
I sent him a
So
text
learning
on
to be comfortable
Sunday.
being uncomfortable.
So
That's
I really
very
haven't texted that many people in
important.
the last 2 days. It's been like you 3 in the group chat, my parents, my girlfriend, my brother.
And
I really haven't
wait,
texted
I
that
said
many
I had
people.
2. Damn,
I
I'm
sent
blanking.
Alec
I don't
a
know.
TikTok.
Poppy, did anyone ever give you good
Basically,
advice?
it
Well, I
says,
think.
Jedi Council. Okay,
given
Anakin,
a
we
lot
know
of
you
good
haven't seen a
advice.
woman in 10 years and you're a raging hormonal teenager, but we
Put me on
need
the
you to
spot,
go
I'm gonna
protect the
answer these
senator for a couple
questions.
weeks. Don't fall in love with
I
her.
know,
Or
we said you
anything.
weren't gonna
And
answer
it
any
says
of
the
the questions.
senator,
This is
and
our
it's like
fault.
a picture of Natalie
We're
Portman,
throwing you
like
through a
seductively.
curveball.
So I will.
For
I will
people
reiterate
who
what you said
don't know, our
because
friend
I
Alec,
just started a new
loves
role
Natalie
recently, and
Portman,
my
so
new
that's why I
manager
sent him
said
that thing.
Yes,
Nice.
that same
Um,
thing yesterday.
And like it's a classic
No
joke that we had
way.
like in
Yeah.
the first
How
Star
about
Wars.
that? That's
Anakin's
good
like
timing.
So,
child, and then Natalie
that's up.
Portman's
Oh, wait, did
character is
you-
played by Natalie Portman, and then all of
You
a
can get
sudden,
this, but
like
did you start your new?
a movie later, they're like married,
Thingy?
and he's like a full fledged
Yeah,
adult.
so
So we
When
had a
we
joke
when we
about
get to
that.
the Poppy reveal, it'll make a
So I
lot
guess
more
that's
sense.
Yeah,
something, but
we-
outside of that, I basically
long
nothing
story short,
funny.
Poppy's a
Sorry.
CIA agent, and he has like different roles that we can't talk about.
Alrighty.
Um,
Andrew gets 2 points.
Yeah, but no, I did. Yeah, I just think.
I'm gonna.
I think. Oh, and I
go
guess,
ahead and do a quick
I guess the other
change to the
advice
scoring.
is
Dares
say
are
yes.
worth
We were
2
saying that.
points, and then 3
Oh yeah, say
Say
yes.
yes to good opportunities.
I think dares are generally more.
Well, hold up.
involved
Say
because-
no
Yes,
if the
agreed.
opportunity's bad.
Fair.
I just mean like if you ever
So,
feel like you
Connor,
should say
if you
like something
want,
feels like
you can
right,
post
just do
that
it. Don't
later.
second guess.
We trust that you
Um,
will post it and you get the score.
Yeah, I don't know. That's
Yeah.
that's the best.
Oh,
Anything
I
like that.
will.
Truth or dare?
It's another sports thing. I'm sorry, but sorry. The best advice I've ever gotten from coaches.
I
I
will
coach-
do
so-
truth.
Okay, would you like a
I really
number or
hope
us
that
to-
somehow
us to
someday
decide?
this coach that told me this.
Let's do a
sees
number
because,
this
like,
time.
Okay.
And
while
if-
I'm still
like,
fiddling with
If
stuff.
I ever
Through
see him,
15,
like I actually spoke to him on
not
the
16.
phone a couple years ago, but if
Not 16.
if I ever see him
Let's
down, tell him,
do
like,
25.
When was the last
I'm
time
sorry,
you
I keep going
cried?
back to basketball, but turnovers in basketball is like when
When
you
was
fuck
the
up and
last
the other team
time
gets
I
the ball.
cried?
That's bad in basketball. You want to keep the ball as much as you can, and
Oh,
my coach
dude.
used to have this
Oh,
phrase
wait,
called
that's
the
a
ball
spoiler.
the ball is made of
Um,
gold. If something was
I'm
the
pulling
ball
up
is
my
made of leather, but if it
calendar.
was made of gold
Yeah.
and worth thousands
It
of
was
dollars,
market
would you give it to
value.
somebody else? No. So we protect the ball at all
February-
costs, and that's how I
February
feel about like
7th,
anything anything in
There's a
life,
very
like my
emotional
friends,
Attack
my
on Titan
family,
episode.
my job, anything. Treat it like it's gold,
And I
protect
got
it
it
like it's
in my
gold.
bag.
Don't let
Dude, it
anything
really
take
did.
it away.
A
That so
character
that was
perished
the
that
other thing
I
was
was
gonna say.
very, very attached
The
to.
ball is made of gold, and the ball can be anything. That
Good for you, man. Real men
Cherish
crush.
That's awesome. That's awesome.
Proud of you,
Dude,
Connor.
I was like, how
There you
could you do this?
All right,
she
Connor,
was
you got one
bae.
more?
Last,
But now she
Yeah.
stayed. My
last time I
final
farted was when I hit my
question
gag reflex with my toothbrush.
is What
Actually,
is? That's an L. Like the most embarrassing.
That is like the
memory
worst because it's
that you
like
can
the same with
think
those
of.
strep throat
They're just like
testing
an
things. I
embarrassing
hate
story,
those, man.
Oh God, that's good.
All right, take it away, King Coom/Andrew.
God, that's so good. Oh,
Truth?
Do you have one?
Yeah, good sir.
all right, fine. I'll do.
I
Dare
do
this
have
time.
one.
Let's.
Nice.
There was a yeah. I was I think this
1-2-50?
was
You said?
like
I'm gonna go with
39.
dare
either
number
junior or
39.
senior year of high
Oh,
school.
through 39.
But
All right, so
I
let's
was
go
doing a
with
class
dare number 5.
presentation,
We haven't done that yet.
and like we were asking questions at the end. And my
I
friend asked
really
me a
wish we
question,
could,
and
but
like
you can't do number 5.
I was just goofing around with him, and I was
Okay.
like, "Well, yeah, like
Melon
no
up
shit,"
Blair's
like to him,
armpit.
and forgot it was like a school
Oh, yeah, I can't
presentation.
do
So I
that.
just like
Let's go with
basically cursed in front of my like teacher, which you know,
33.
a little awkward, just a little bit.
We're in.
I'm so
Embarrassing.
good.
I thought-
Demonstrate
that was
how
good.
you style
have
your
some.
hair in the mirror
I don't know if
without
this one's the
actually
most
using the
embarrassing, but it's the one
mirror.
I can think of. All right. God, you know, sometimes you're like,
Okay,
I
this
hope
is easy.
Are we talking about
So
Your whole
long hair?
morning
It was
get up.
a job that I've had, so I won't even say
Before
which
my-
job it was. But
yeah,
it was
but
online.
pre
where
that-
there was like
buzz cut.
video calls or
So
messaging
well,
or this, I
now
don't know.
literally I just take a shower and get out.
when my hair is long. during
Get
my
out.
lunch hour,
You guys know
I decided to work
Some of
out.
our viewers.
And
If you haven't
I
seen-
was
if you
working
haven't met me in
remotely that
person, I
day.
got very long, thick hair.
So I worked
Get
out
out.
at home. I worked
I
out
tried
like
the
pretty
living, you know what,
vigorously,
out of my
and also
hair.
I was at home, so I didn't have a
Like
shirt
dog,
on.
You know, a dog shake.
I told
Dog
Poppy
shake.
about
I'm
this.
really
He-
doing this for you
he-
guys
I-
right now.
he
The
knows
dog
about this.
shake.
I
Then dried a second
I-
time because there's
so
like
I
water
finished
under,
lunch,
like
and
so
I'm like, oh, I'm
deep
going
in
back to
there.
work, but
Poppy
I'm-
knows what I'm talking about. 'Cause he
I
has thick
finished my
hair.
workout like literally like 5
I
minutes
thought
before.
that
I
was
was
for a
stuck.
different reason,
And I was like a little sweaty. I was panty, so I didn't put my
No,
shirt
your
back
hair
on.
is
I
like
got
when
my
you
shirt on.
showered.
What I look like. Yeah.
Someone called me,
You know what I'm saying?
and I thought it was a call.
But,
Does anyone know
but
where this
it
is
just
going?
gets- so I got to do the second time. And I,
I
take
thought
out
it was
my
a call, and
comb,
I picked up the
I've
phone and I
gotten
was
laughed at
shirtless.
by so many people. So like
Oh my
again,
God.
most people that know me know I got like pretty
Yeah.
curly hair.
That was horrible. I like comb my hair.
All's
Like,
good,
like, but it was
like
awkward.
part it,
Very
like
awkward.
slick it,
I
like slick the sides.
managed
back,
kind of, like,
really comb it, and I'll like walk out of the
Like,
bathroom
save
and
it
usually get a
out
laugh out of
before-
somebody. It's like
So that's
basically
how I
like the long story short.
That's my
the
whole
person who
sitch.
called me was kind of like
Get out,
looking
maybe
at
give myself a
their
little
other screen
little
when I
face
answered.
smack, get
So
myself
I
up
sort
in
of
the
got
morning.
out of it beforehand, but
Tell us how you
my
do your hair in the
personal
morning. I give myself a little
thought is
face
that the
smack.
person knew what happened, and we kind of
Yeah.
glossed over it and just
Yeah.
like let it go, so we could get
whatever
on with
scruff
it.
I have, I just get
So
over
that's
it.
it.
I
And
think that
like when I say
demonstration
I
was
was
really
really
funny.
embarrassed, like I was. So
Your frame rate's
but
fine.
I'm sure
except
there's
when you
more
do very
embarrassing
fast
shit. We can think of
movements.
embarrassing shit.
It really
I'm sure we'll
reminded
say
me
it
of
on
the
the show.
crabs
God.
meme when like
Yeah.
everything's kind of going crazy.
Okay, here we go.
Mhm.
This is my
Yeah,
last
that's
one.
good.
Maybe it could lead to
All right, so
something
how many
funny, but
rounds of
maybe
this
not.
are we doing? So far, we've done
We've done
2.
two
right?
rounds. We're
Tell
gonna do
us
one
a
last
story
round.
about a time you got injured. Just tell us getting an injury story.
Getting an injury.
Mm.
Okay. There was a soccer game where I went to block this kid's tackle, and it was just like he was a pretty big guy. Like he had a lot of momentum on his kick, and my leg felt like there was a loud crack when like we connected, and he got my shin guard and I got the ball. So I cleared the ball. But then like I tried to take a step and like my leg like collapsed, and I was like, that's probably not good. So I got like hobbled off, and I just had so much adrenaline I like didn't feel anything. I was just like, why is my leg not working? And then when the trainer went to like take down my soccer sock to look at what was going on, my shin guard just like fell off into like 3 pieces. And there was like a big black and blue welt. So I bruised my shin. But the dude kicked me so hard, he literally shattered my shin guard. So like if I wasn't wearing the shin guard, the trainer said that I would
Holy
have just straight up
crap.
broke my shin. Yeah, he had a
Wow.
kick. Yeah, I was out for about I think like a week and a half, 2 weeks, because I just had to like
Wow.
ice and rest it. But yeah, if I
Wow.
didn't have the shin guard, I would have been not in a great spot.
Wow. Damn, you broke a shin guard. Whoa.
What about you, Andrew? You
That's
got
hard.
any injury stories?
Yeah, I got. Yeah. I've been injured a couple times. Nothing crazy. I'm trying to think. Oh, that's probably the best one. Okay, so when I was, I mean, it's not really like yours. So, I for the viewers at home, I am very much allergic to bees. I am not deathly allergic. I won't die if I get stung, but I just have like a bad allergic reaction, and it's like really, it sucks a lot. I've been stung 3 times, and it's like I go through it. So like the first time I got stung, I was like 11. I got stung in the chest, and like I having a reaction. So when I was a freshman in high school, I got stung in my hand, and it was right here. I have a scar. You can't see it on camera, but I have a scar right here on my middle finger. And I go home, it's burning. I have to ice it or whatever. And then that night, it's like I literally can. It feels like someone like poisoned your veins. Like I can feel it like pumping through my veins. It's like really like I can't really explain it to people. It's like my whole body starts to go through shock. It's like really the only way I could describe it. I woke up in the morning and I had school. I woke up in the morning and my hand looked like somebody took a glove, went, and I had like a blown up hand. This is how far I could bend my fingers because that's how fat they were. That it would like hit my other part of the finger right here. And so I had to have a person write for me in school for like 2 weeks.
Oh my God.
Yeah, because I couldn't grip a pencil. So after about like a week and a half, I could like hold it like this, but I couldn't write.
Yeah.
So someone had to like take notes for me, and yeah, like it was the whole deal. My hand just like blew up, and it was so fat. I wish I had a picture of that. But yeah, I guess that's a injury. I don't know, but
No, that's definitely. I would count that as an injury.
it was something else. Yeah. But okay, we did our questions. Sweet.
Nice.
So hopefully people learned some stuff. If you didn't, sorry. But I think we had some fun here, and now it's time that we go back to our scheduled programming. We're gonna do this thing we've never done it before. It's called This Week in Real News. Brand new. I'm just kidding. Connor, you want to explain real news?
Sure. So real news is what we do. Our man Poppy pulls up news articles from a Reddit called r/NotTheOnion. For those who aren't familiar with The Onion, it's a satirical newspaper that just uses like hyperbolized headlines that are fake but look like they could be real, or they're like making fun of someone. But r/NotTheOnion is news stories that sound fake because they sound like they would be an Onion article, but they're like real, actual news stories. So without further ado, Poppy, what's a real news article you got for us?
I'm trying to find non-political ones, but there's a lot of.
It's so hard these days, isn't it?
I was gonna
It
say
really
it's a little
is.
difficult these days.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay. Here we go. The I-5 Strangler was found strangled to death in his cell in a California prison.
Oof.
I'd like to introduce you to my beautiful friend named Karma. Yeah. The Tattletale Strangler got strangled.
The Tattletale Strangler.
By a
strangled.
Strangler.
Got strangled by a strangler.
Yeah.
Okay. Very interesting. All right, so we're going to have to send flats at him.
Oh my God, flats.
TBT to episode 1.
Yeah.
There's some people that are like, "Oh, remember when that came up in episode 1?" Yeah. If you know that, you're a real one. You are the realest of all the reals.
Classic flats. I'm gonna kick your butt.
I'm going to kick your butt. Did he get strangled by did he strangle himself or did he get strangled by a human?
Someone else fatally choked him, it seems.
Well, R.I.P. We don't believe in violence on this show, but we also make jokes. So
Yeah, he
life's a
did some
bitch.
bad
and
stuff.
then you get karma.
Yeah, he did some bad stuff that I don't
Yeah.
want to say on the show,
Yeah.
but
Yeah. Hey, the Tattletale Strangler got strangled, and that's life. Don't strangle people. You'll be good. What else you got for us?
here's a fun one. Court adjourned when defendant and witness were found giving their testimony in the same house. Keep in mind that this was done, remotely via video chat.
Oh.
So
That's actually mad funny.
Judge Judy went virtual. That's Judge Judy. Like everything is like a boyfriend and a girlfriend arguing over like some car crash accident or. So the defendant and the plaintiff were in the same room. You said, or same house?
they were in the same house.
Hey, dog. I'm not talking to you guys. I'm talking about the dog. Whatever guy is on this article. We know where you live, bruh. Watch your step.
We have his full name from the article too.
Yeah.
His full name.
Watch yourself, motherfucker.
But yeah, it says the defendant was found to be at the same home as the alleged victim while the hearing took place. So, I mean, I'm assuming they just adjourned it for,
Yeah, to find a situation that would
that's
work.
Yeah.
It's a pretty bad situation for that.
Yeah, we'll beat that guy up. So we're good. Yeah. What else? What else we got going on here?
The BBC apologizes for interviewing an imposter claiming to be Senator Cory Booker.
That's actually mad funny. Just some random dude. He was
Just
like,
some
yeah,
random bald
yeah.
guy.
I could be Cory Booker.
Oh my
It's like
God.
insert bald man shows up and is like, "Hey, I'm Corey." That's awesome.
He's like, I can definitely be
I'm
Cory
trying to
Booker.
think about who it would be. Wow, Cory Booker. BBC. Did he do like a whole interview as Cory Booker?
I think so. BBC noted that the interview only ran once on its network. And no audio or video of the interview appears to have been released or shared online. However, the Daily Mail reports that the interview appears to have been syndicated in the United States, and several Twitter users pointed out that the BBC may be speaking to the wrong person.
Dude, that's so funny. Imagine you're Cory Booker and you see an interview with Cory Booker, but it's just not you.
Well,
That's kind of funny.
He was pranked.
wow, Cory Booker. Yeah, it was just insert bald guy anywhere. Could have been any bald man. It's like that thing. It's like any two guys could walk into a room and say, "We're the chain smokers," and I believe them. That's like my
Yeah,
favorite. It's
Honestly.
like my favorite thing ever. Like any two dudes could walk in a room and tell me they're the chain smokers. Yeah.
Dude, I would be like, yeah, you probably are.
So baby, pull me closer in the backstreet of your Rover. We're not. No offense to chain smokers. You guys seem to be nice fellas. Real quick, we'll cut this out. Time check.
43 minutes.
Okay, okay. I think we should probably just go. Fuck. Okay.
What are you
definitely cutting this.
thinking?
I'm thinking we just
Go to shout outs? Is that
yeah,
what
just go to
you're-
shout outs.
Yeah.
And yeah. We'll keep it a little bit shorter. Okay, 3, 2, 1, cutting back in. Okay, so yeah, cool, good real news stuff. We never know. Sometimes they're just like political. Sometimes they're not. We don't know. We try to stay non-political, but it is what it is. We're into our last segment, which is everyone knows is Andrew's favorite. It's shout out time.
Shout outs.
Basically, what we'll do is we'll just shout out people that we think are doing cool stuff in the world that maybe we think should get more attention. It could be something that someone did. It could be something someone's going to do. It's something that someone's doing right now, something someone did a week ago, a year ago, 50 years ago. If we think that someone should be shouted out and attention be brought to them or a cause or a group of people, we kind of do that. So that's our mainstay with real news. So Connor, do you have any shout outs today?
I do. I would like to shout out Mr. John Mulaney. He is recently reported to be out of rehab and doing pretty well. So shout out him. He's, comedy king. So glad to hear he is doing well and doing better.
Cool, dude. I didn't know that. So that's breaking news for me. That's really cool. I'm glad you said that. What do I got? Shout out anyone who's starting a show or podcast or anything right now and being creative, much like we have been during this pandemic over the last year. Shout out to you. That's really, really cool. I feel like I see people like left and right on social media being like, "Oh, I'm starting this." Shout out to you. That's so cool. That's awesome. Shout out everybody who's been watching the show since the beginning, everybody who's watching the show since the middle, everybody who started watching today. We appreciate it. You're awesome. You're the best. Like seriously, especially the people that have been watching since the beginning, like that we've had retention on people. That's really, really cool. Finally, shout out International Women's Day. We missed it. It was yesterday. So right now it's March 9th. This isn't going to come out for a week and a half, but yesterday was March 8th. It was International Women's Day. Shout out to all the women in our lives. We, the three of us all have wonderful women in our lives in every aspect of our lives, and very grateful to know them. And just while we're on the subject of International Women's Day, sorry, I have one more technically. This past weekend, I was watching movies with my girlfriend, and like I picked one and she picked one. So I picked one night, she picked one the other night. I picked School of Rock, and she picked. And I wanted to shout out this movie that she picked. She picked this new movie that just came out on Netflix called Moxie. She kind of pitched it to me as kind of like a chick flicky kind of thing, and I was like, okay, but it just wasn't. It was basically just without giving too much away. It's basically just this girl who doesn't feel like she fits in school as well as all the other girls the way that they're perceived, and she makes a magazine in the school to represent the women and feminism and all the stuff that the women have to deal with in the school, especially high school, whether it's dress code stuff, which is I mean literally we can have an hour podcast about the discrimination of dress code between boys and girls, whether it's serious stuff like sexual assault, that kind of stuff, or just girls trying to fit in, that kind of stuff. And it was just like I think it's just a great movie for girls to watch. And there's also some really great boy characters in that movie. So if you're a boy and watch it, be like the good boys in that, the good guys in that movie, be like them. It was just like, it was honest. By the way, Amy Poehler made this movie. She directed it and plays the main character's mom. So it's an Amy Poehler project. It was just cool. It was a cool movie, and it got pitched to me as like I wasn't going to enjoy it. By the end, I was like, this movie is real cool, and the acting's good, and it's just like a good for anyone. I mean, I think 98% of anyone who went to high school feels like it was a awkward period, at least at times. Like unless you were the jock, like quarterback of the football team, or whatever you want to call it, or whatever it is. Like everyone has, we've all dealt with it. It was cool. It was just so I just want to shout out that movie, and all the ladies out there. You guys are killing it. You're the future of the world. We're all just going to hang back and let you guys rule. So yeah, that's that. Those are my shout outs. What about you, Poppy? You have any shout outs today?
Yeah. Shout out to high school teachers. I recently reached out to a high school STEM teacher that teaches at my high school, my old high school. And he's doing a lot for his students, it seems, getting them interested in possible future careers, getting them excited for science and such. And I'm not specifically shouting out science teachers, also all other teachers that inspire kids to do things. It's a lot of work. I have shouted out other teachers before, so I'm saying specifically high school today. Also, shout out to all the pairs. And Rick Ross.
All the pairs.
Amen.
Love to see it.
Amen to that. All my pairs. Oh wait, shout out to Team Edward. Yeah, Rick Ross is on Team Edward. So shout out Team Edward. Shout out Team Edward. Yeah. But cool. Those were really good shout outs, guys. Wow. This is good. This is just a feel good episode. Man. Except we didn't have our buddy King Coom. We're gonna say
That's
it again.
Right. We'll have him next time.
Yeah, we're gonna figure out the King Coom reveal. It's gonna be in due time. It is gonna be really soon. I know we keep making jokes about it, but it is actually gonna be really soon. We're just working out the logistics. We'll have some other guests. I think we're probably gonna start doing that eventually, but we've just been having so much fun with the four of us, so we'll figure it out. Parting words, anyone? My parting words will just be nice to people, love yourself, and have a fantastic week. And remember to take care of yourself. It's gonna be nice this week. Go on a walk, and call somebody and tell them that you love them. That's gonna be my parting words. Connor, Poppy.
I think you crushed it, man.
Everyone remember to hydrate, keep drinking water, eat some food.
Wait, hold up. Because you shouted him out one time. Do you follow Dustin Poirier on Twitter?
I don't, actually.
Oh, because just the way that you said that. So Dustin Poirier's thing is stay hydrated.
Oh,
That's
really?
like his thing. So he'll take a video every day. And so He'll take a video every day and he'll say, "Hey, what's guys? Make sure you stretch, drink water." And the last thing he says, and actually I want to impart this on everyone, he says, "Don't talk that way about yourself. Don't talk about yourself like that." I love
I do
that.
like that a lot.
Whenever, like, don't talk about yourself like that. So whenever you're having, I think I actually said that to somebody today. Somebody was feeling negative, and I said, "Don't talk about yourself like that," because everyone has negative
course.
thoughts. Like you're insane if you don't. But that's a good rule of thumb. Don't talk about yourself like that. You should be your own biggest fan. Poppy, are you Dustin Poirier?
We'll find out eventually.
Yeah, dude. Round 3 with Connor. Just let us know when it's gonna happen. We'll break the news. Oh wait, fans. Poppy might be Dustin Poirier.
He could be.
I feel like that's where we should end the episode right there.
Poppy is Dustin